And it ain't about scoring points. It's about protecting my life. Somebody's coming to take your life. So protect yourself. Like, you gotta have confidence in this fight. You gotta have confidence in yourself.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Hero's Journey, where we document and expose all the secrets of success. Every week, we're going to be bringing in people who have achieved some level of success, happiness, fulfillment, and we want to document their journey and expose all the lessons they've learned. So today we have Lance Groth. Lance is a phenomenal, successful entrepreneur. He's the CEO and founder of Groth 1031 here in San Diego. Little do you know, Lance is also a former championship boxer, has come a long way from the mean streets of the East Coast. Not only is he a successful entrepreneur, but he's a fixture in the community. He's deeply driven by the advancement of issues to push the community forward. And he's just a wonderful fixture doing wonderful things. And so it's a great honor to have Lance on the call today. What's up, Lance?
Chilling, my man. Appreciate it.
What's up, man? Listen, let's first peel the onion back and dive into. Tell me a little bit about this boxing thing. How'd that all come about? Tell me about your mean streak.
I don't know. It's a mean streak. Just because I know how to fight doesn't mean I'm mean. Actually, really not. I first came when our family first came to this country. So from St. Lucian. Sakafet to all my St. Lucians out there. When we first came to this country, I was about 7 years old, and I had an accent. You heard my mom.
Yeah.
When you come younger, you lose the accent. But I had an accent, and straight from the islands to here, straight into Flatbush, Brooklyn, and then directly into Hartford, Connecticut. Those are two tough areas. Long story short, I got chased home every day until one day it caught me and broke my fucking jaw. Having a broken jaw at like 8-9 years old is not fun. I just always, was kind of fixated on protecting myself. So I found a boxing gym and found an amazing coach that really kind of took a liking to me. And yeah, that was it. I just let go of everything. Literally, the same way when you're young, you remember you got those memories of you come home, you hit up your boys, you go to the basketball court. Mine was, I come home, I go straight to the boxing gym.
Yeah,
just lived in there, really immersed myself in it, and just excelled in it. I just had a knack for it. It's a weird thing. People think of boxers as like these barbaric people. Some of the smartest people I've ever met are in some form of martial arts or, combat sport. And I just got obsessed with it, understanding what your body does when you release adrenaline and being, really
absolutely
into that fight or flight every single day. It teaches you some stuff. So
yeah, I think it's the structure of it, and it builds a certain level of grit. I just finished reading a book, Grit by Angela Duckworth, great book. And one part of her book, she's giving some recommendations of how to help your children install a level of grit.
Yeah.
And one of the things she suggests is getting them in organized sports, because just that, it gives you some structure, it gives you some discipline, and it's a great foundation to build on. So it sounds like that's what it became for you.
That's the backbone of everything I do, man. Fighting.
Yeah, pretty much. Just curious whether it's fighting at 9 years old to get from getting black eyes, or fighting in the business world, right?
Straight up, I got obsessed with it, and it's definitely carried me through pretty much every area.
What do you think are some of the things you drew from that experience?
Oh man, number one thing, comfort with chaos, by far. Extreme comfort with chaos. And I'll never forget this. I remember it was 2006, and I just won the state championship at light heavyweight, which is 178 in Connecticut. A fight broke out, and for the first time, I was out in like a club, and a fight broke out. The first time a fight occurred around me outside of a ring. I just remember watching everybody lose their shit. This person's running this way, this person's running that way. One person standing there like, all right, everybody, don't freak out. For me, though, it's just everything slows down. It's a comfort in that space of just frantic, this, you're not sure what's going to happen here, what's going to happen here. And I got that from boxing because when you're in a ring and people box, people, they spar, they fight. But when you're in a ring and you actually know, like, this man across from me is trying to kill me. Like, he's literally trying to kill me. Like, my coach used to throw guys who just got out of jail, and like, no, the bell rung, stop. And it's after 5 or 10 times of just being in that position where you're completely depleted, hurt, the guy across from you is just still coming. You just grow comfortable with that feeling of chaos, because that's what happens. It shatters your reality of safety and the illusion of comfort. What you find is when that happens, when you grow comfortable with it, is you got reserves that you've never known about. You're like, I could not breathe or move my arms a second ago, but because I know that guy's coming to take my head off, I feel like it's round one. Biggest thing is comfort with chaos, which it helps me in everything that goes on in business and my personal life. I think the second thing is probably resilience. That's probably be the biggest gift, second to, the comfort with chaos. Mainly because, especially now in the past couple decades, boxers are not elite athletes. The elite athletes, they get paid these big checks on a regular basis, and they go to the NBA or football. Boxers are really like average guys that put their bodies through inhumane conditions to become something beyond themselves. And LeBron James is going to be LeBron James. That guy's a genetic specimen. But boxers are like plumbers that just, I'm going to run 100 miles a day and just learn how to just deal with the pain. And it's resilience. There's so much of what boxing is about. It's just 12 rounds of just fighting and pushing your body to the limit. It's about, being resilient. That pain may hurt, but you just keep going, keep pushing.
That's amazing. And I think that's so applicable to just everyday life, not just boxing, but every day is chaos. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, every day you wake up into chaos.
Yeah.
And it's the people that know how to keep their cool, that know how to stay prioritized and ordered, that know how to focus on the right things and not get swept away by the chaos. I love that term, that comfort, being comfortable in the chaos. And some people just crumble in the chaos.
Like I told you, when the fight broke out, everybody's screaming. I'm just like, yo, look at this.
It was slow motion.
Slow motion, man. But that really is it. It's being comfortable with chaos and resilience, especially in this day and age. I don't like to read a lot of those personal growth books. I like to read really old books, like Buddha and Sun Tzu, like really old Stone Age, Machiavellian books, stuff like that. Especially when it's really old. Back in those generations when people were, the life expectancy was 25 and everybody's dying and there's the plague taking out 1/3 of the population. Like, people really understood, like Buddha said it best, the currency of the world is suffering. They don't understand that. Like, pain is a part of the process. It helps you grow. It can completely take you out. And that point of like resilience, it's about accepting pain as not this opposition, but a part of the process. This is how life works. There's good days, there's bad days. The pain makes you appreciate the good days. The good days, sit there and have gratitude and be thankful for being away from the pain. So,
and to be honest, like, here's the most powerful part, and here's how I deal with this. The perspective I have is not just accept pain, not just take it, but to actually be thankful for it. Because without that, there's no growth, right? The growth is through the pain. The pain is the path.
I love that. Pain is the path.
Pain is that's a Jarvisism. You can get that. you can get that tattooed on you. But the pain is the path. Like, that is the path to growth. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. And anytime you feel resistance, anytime you're like, this is uncomfortable, fuck, like, that means you're being stretched, right? You're being stretched to have a greater capacity.
Yeah.
And then when you have a greater capacity, then you can do more, you have more impact. It's just like a balloon gets stretched, right? Nobody wants a limp balloon, but the balloon has to get stretched to fill its capacity. And that stretching is uncomfortable, right? And we go through the same thing and you don't resist it. Like now I look forward to it. Like when I have a week and I'm like, fuck, this is a heavy week. I've got speaking engagements and I got employees and I like, God. And then I have to sit back and I say, you know what? Thank you for this.
We can't be bitching.
No.
We can't be bitching. Like, are you bitching about your payroll?
Right. Right. It's not just grit your teeth and bear it. No, be thankful because you're being stretched to handle something greater.
Yeah.
That means bigger things are coming for you.
One of my favorite authors is Malcolm Gladwell, and he wrote a number of books, but probably the most poignant one is David and Goliath. And we all know the story, the biblical stories about it. But David and Goliath is it's like actually happened, and he goes back and analyzes it on like a technical, historical level, and then he draws this parallel that too much pain honestly will wipe you out. Too much cancer will kill you. The right amount of pain is what breeds just success and growth. I remember reading that book. It was like, man, this is my type of pain now is absolutely perfect. We're not living in a city where there's bombs dropping and there's food shortages and blackouts like in Cuba. We're living in a beautiful city, and the pain that we're dealing with is administrative, it's social. God damn, San Diego's gave me another ticket parking. Right. Even though when these things stack up, it is towards your point, but you have to be thankful for it, because what clearer definition of the perfect amount, perfect kind of pain to help you grow and change. So I truly agree with you on that one, man. You got to be thankful for it.
How'd you make that transition from boxing to now becoming to entrepreneur, philanthropist, community leader? Like that's a big leap.
A little bit. I was gonna punch y'all in the face, but
right.
Y'all instead. Two things. One, the extremely rare, fortunate, arbitrary, lucky opportunity I have in stepping in a man named Abdul Muhammad's office one day. And the second one is law school. I've literally just equated the transition in my life from a boy who could barely look men in the eye, had social anxiety, felt completely ostracized growing up in the hood, but loving comic books. The transition from that boy to this man, it's literally boxing, meeting my mentor Abdul, and then law school. In all boxing matches, the front rows are typically filled by lawyers and business owners. My mentor was a business owner of a company called My People Clinical Services, which used to give social services to DCF, which is the Department of Child Services in Connecticut. And they had a mentorship program. So I would come in and just kids who were in troubled families, he would hire us to just, take them out of the hood, take them for a movie, just let them chill, let them have some type of role model. And then, I don't know, somebody got shot or whichever was normal in the neighborhood at the time. And then I walked in his office and he's, you love him, by the way. He's no matter how old he gets, he's still brash and just, very audacious. And I was walking in and he's, all you black kids do is play sports, sell drugs, go to jail, and get shot. I'm sitting there like, I'm a bit offended. He's like, I don't give a shit if you're offended. He's like, if you apply to college, I'll pay for it. And I wasn't big into academics, but I found out his alma mater, which was Tougaloo College in Mississippi. I applied. 3 weeks later, came back to his office with a letter like, "Bum, here you go, big mouth." And he literally was like he picks it up and he's like, serious. He paid for me to go to college. Tougaloo College also happens to be one of, it's HBCU, but it's like one of the number 4 in HBCUs in producing black attorneys. So they literally conditioned me to go to law school. So of course, then I go to law school, and law school was just it was my thing. I'm a curious person. And you put me in high school where I barely graduated, you know, in high school, they give you this blanket amounts of information. You got to study biology, sociology, home ec. They give a shit about all that. But you ask me to study property law, I'm fixated on it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Law school is where I found like my voice. At that time, I was very kept to myself, keep my thoughts to myself. I wrote a lot. And law school was like the conduit for me to have the confidence to, oh, all this stuff I've been writing since I was like 14 and all these theories, like, you know what? I can put it out there. Because when you read things like when you really get the Constitution and you truly understand the balance of this beautiful system that we live in, you gain the confidence to make your own contribution. People read certain books and then they get a feel for the author. Reading the laws, I'm like, I get this dude. I understand why you put this First Amendment, this Second Amendment. And when you understand the authors and these complex legal doctrines, then you gain the confidence, like, let me make my contribution. What can I do? So between boxing, which literally kind of gave me the confidence to be okay with myself and being okay with chaos. Abdul giving me the opportunity of a lifetime. Just add the power of a law degree to the resilience, stamina of a boxer, and I had no other option but to move forward.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, we talked about this before, you've been on my show before, but mentorship played a huge role in that transition.
Yeah, I built the whole company on it.
Yeah, you have.
Literally did. Yeah, it's literally how I transitioned from one person to the next. And make no mistake, that middle part, the opportunity, that's the luck. Just happened to stumble into somebody's office.
You know, luck, but it's also rising to the occasion, right? Because a lot of people get opportunities and they don't jump. So
people in that room, you made it to me and another guy. Other guy's still back home.
Exactly, right? It's not just the luck aspect, but it's actually the action. You took action when the universe opened the door.
Yeah, and the action part comes from boxing, because my coach used to always say this: pull the trigger, pull the trigger. Like, what the hell does that mean? You can think, oh, I want to punch somebody, and then you got to think about it, and then you got to actually do it. Well, pull the trigger means, if you ever watch $1 Million Baby, when in the beginning scene, he's getting his fucking ass whooped. And then he's like, what do I do, coach? My coach is like, let him hit you. What? Let him hit you. And he's like, why? He's like, your body knows how to protect itself. And that is kind of trying to point out this point that we have when we call it pull the trigger, is stop thinking, just react instinctively. You know, just do it. Stop thinking about it, do it.
Just do it. I love that.
It's just, you gotta go down to your primitive basis. Like, let your body do it. Especially in the business world, 1 million people out there with 1 trillion ideas in their back pocket. Fucking do it. Do it. Like, just start that business now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Fucking do it. It's the same thing in the ring, and it's less than a millisecond you have. He's punching you now. You can think about countering, or you just counter this dude so you don't crack your jaw.
Dude, I love that. That's probably one of the most valuable nuggets I'm gonna take away. Stop thinking about it, just do it. The minute the voice comes up that says, you should do that, or I think I wanna, just do it.
Seriously. And the best way I can tell you why it works is I've started like 8 businesses, and then this is the one that sticks because 7 of them gave me the lessons I needed to know. If I kept all 7 as a thought, number 8 couldn't do it. It really is. But don't take it too far, because that same premise applies in my personal life. Say shit, and I don't have the hold on.
The discipline.
Norms. Is everybody okay? You know, people kind of comment I'm a bit too direct.
So now I want to bring it on home. The whole title of this is the 5 disciplines of growth.
Yeah.
I'd love to know your 5. What are the 5 things, if you had to, just how you walked into that office of your mentor and he broke down and set you on your path of success. If someone walked into your office and was like, what are the 5 things I need to know? The disciplines I need to know, the things I need, the behavior or mindset or habits I need to have. What are the things that are going to make me successful? What would you tell them?
All right. Number one, be comfortable with chaos. And if
Yeah.
the world's falling down around you, don't just look at it as the world's falling down around you. Look at it as maybe it's revealing itself. Be comfortable with it. It's a fucking beautiful place.
I love it.
Two, you gotta have resilience. Like it's going to be obstacles. Fucking keep going. It's going to be pain. Keep going. It's going to be roadblock. Keep going. You got to be resilient. Like you really have to be resilient. Nike, just fucking do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Whatever it is that you're thinking, everybody has a great idea. Everybody has, they should do this. They should get freaking chickens that cross the road automatically. Great, do it. Like everybody has a great idea, but only the ones who execute can say, my idea is here. It's not a thought, because I love the statement, if you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You can just do it. You got to get that thing out there. Fourth one is you got to understand the concept. And this is something like I said, with law school, reading all those legal doctrines and wanted to make my contribution. Everything you see around you, somebody thought of and created. What the fuck is your contribution? You got to make a contribution to this world. And I hate to say it so broadly, but it really is the case. The shirt you're wearing, somebody thought of it, built it. The pants you're wearing, the house you live in, the sidewalk you walk in, make your contribution to this world. Like that's simple and plain. You got to make a contribution. Don't come in and go out and somebody make a contribution. I don't care if you created a paperclip.
Right.
Brilliant. Bent metal. You're like, I'm gonna sell this.
Right.
Your contribution. I appreciate you. And then the last thing, above all else, you gotta have the confidence in yourself to do all of this. You gotta. It really, really. It starts with you. It ends with you. Fuck people's opinion of you. Oh my God, I struggled with that so much prior to boxing. But being in a ring by yourself makes you realize you're by yourself in all of it. So feed yourself, have confidence in yourself, believe in your goddamn self. It's just you in that fucking ring. Your coaches are coming in to save you, just you. COVID should have taught everybody that. Everybody, where's the government? Where's my stimulus? Nobody's coming. No one is coming to help you. So you gotta have confidence in yourself and just fucking do it. Like have confidence in yourself, because it really is. That's how I treat life. Life is a big boxing ring to me. It's just me in there. It's not a team sport. It's not fast. I don't got 5 other guys with me. It's just me. And it ain't about scoring points. It's about protecting my life. Somebody's coming to take your life. So protect yourself. Like you gotta have confidence in this fight. You gotta have confidence in yourself.
I love it, man. What I hear in that is ownership. Take ownership. Like it's take ownership in your life, your future. It's not up to anybody else but you. That was a mic dropper right there. Comfortable with chaos, resilience, just do it. Make a contribution and own your life. Be confident in yourself and your abilities.
Oh, really, seriously. And cheers to you, man. I don't think I tell you this enough. I do remember you from the commercial real estate days, and I see you now. And the man you are now, there's a middle ground where you were constantly talking about this person. And
yeah.
I don't take full credit for this because I'm around a lot of people and everybody's talking shit all the time. I was like, all right, man, cool, all right. Man, just seeing you, hosting your first little conference, constantly seeing your videos popping up in my feed, people bringing your name up and hearing about going, this is the most powerful thing, because when I'm going 6 a.m. and I'm going to the convention center stairs and I see a bunch of people doing something, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Jarvis. I was like, that's, so like cheers to you to owning what you dreamt of, man. I'm really proud of you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because it's not easy to transition to something that you want to do, because so many people are just making a living. I got a good job. I got a 401k, I definitely got dental.
Yeah.
You wanted to do this and you made it happen. I'm super proud of you, man.
Yeah, man, it's nothing more gratifying than living in your purpose. I think everyone has it in them. Everyone's got this. They've been seeded with something, and
Yeah,
not a lot of people actually live it out, nurture it, and
you can
see
do
to it.
it.
So, so we're doing it. That's why I want to commend you. Speaking of, what's the big thing you're working on now? How can the people find you? How can you help them? Let people know what's your main focus now.
The main focus is my company, Growth 1031, by far. I've made it a point in the past couple of years to kind of, narrow my focus. And it was kind of perfect timing because Growth 1031, what we do is shelter, capital gains tax for people who have investment property. And right now there is a mass migration out of California and major metropolitan cities. So business has really picked up to the point where, we're expanding, looking to open our office in LA soon. If it wasn't for COVID, we probably would have been in there earlier, but now it's kind of accelerating it. It brings me a lot of joy now to be able to, this knowledge is normal to me, but you don't know it when we, impart it on you. So people can go to our website, growth1031.com. They can call us, super easy, 619-991-1031. And that's my main focus. No matter what, I always try to make sure I fill my soul up with some purpose. So I also sit on the board of Black San Diego. And the big goal is just keep trying to create a central point for the Black business community, the culture, kind of reminding people that we're still connected. Because I think prior to the pandemic, and mainly the whole George Floyd incident, a lot of people realizes there's a lot of Black people in San Diego. We're just scattered out and not connected. So like the event that you showed up to, that's part of my goal. One, to be more impactful in the community. And the way I plan to do that is by creating a bigger network, making sure there's more connections, more engagement. And like that event you went to, we stack up 10 Black businesses, get 10 local artists, get a lot of food, and invite people down to connect, meet. So that's going to be my contribution to the whole community part. So that's where I'm at.
I love it. Big things coming. Growth 1031 is the website. Man, thank you so much. This was valuable and perfect to be our first Hero's Journey on YouTube Live.
Appreciate you, King.